All right. My name is Caleb Haytag, and this is my feminist critique paper. For my first definition, I chose liberal feminism. This is defined by an individual emphasis on equality. It deals with laws that need to be changed for women, and some of the issues that they deal with are voting, women's rights, abortion, education, sexual harassment, and fair work compensation. And this was most present in the time of women's suffrage, and it's still present today, but that was just a big issue there. My next definition is social feminism. This is otherwise known as Marxist feminism. The beliefs of this are that true equality can be achieved by changing the social views of women. This deals with changes in a large group instead of individual changes, such as liberal feminism. And this is most present today. The next is radical feminism. And this deals with removing patriarchy from society. Patriarchy is a system in which males are the dominant figure who make all major decisions in organized social systems in society. And the beliefs of radical feminists are that they have to change, or that men have been oppressing women for too long and this needs to change. And this is similar to social feminism because it also deals with changing society as a large group instead of individual emphasis. And this occurred during the second wave. For my definition, I have feminism is a movement to further women in all aspects of society, culture, and economics. I chose this definition because I feel it's more of a combining of all the different types of feminism that are present today and have been present, because it takes all of them to work together to change a whole society and a whole culture to have a more positive outlook on women. I consider I'm going too far. I consider myself a pro-feminist because I consider a feminist someone who's actively joining a feminist club or they're all protesting. So by a pro-feminist, I mean that I support women. I feel like men have oppressed them for too long, and changes do need to occur. So for my feminist critique, I chose women in video games. Growing up, I never encountered women in video games. I had two brothers, and my family was very traditional. My father worked more when my mom stayed at home, and we lived out in the middle of nowhere, so I really didn't have any interactions with anybody other than my family. This is knowledge is male because men have assumed that they're better at video games, or it's a video games world for a very long time. And this started with the history of video games. They were invented by a man, and the first video game was a very simple flight simulator where they shot down airplanes. And this kind of instantly excluded women from video games because it had a war emphasis, and at the time this was in the late 1950s, so women were still really discouraged from being a part of war, so it just kind of carried over into video games at this point. For my experiment, I chose to pretend to be a girl in a video game. It was a chat-based only, so nobody could actually hear my voice and tell that I was a male. The results I got were really interesting to me. First of all, it was a really friendly environment to play in. Everyone was super talkative. One of the ways I actually thought I would pretend to be a woman in a video game was I would talk a lot. I'd put smiley faces everywhere. Or I just say kind of what I would think is flirty things. And the responses I got from some of the guys were just really interesting. Everyone was talking to me the whole time. If anybody ever tried to do damage to me, they'd actually apologize and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and they'd give me a winky face or something. So, just really flirtatious, just stuff that I wasn't expecting at all. At one point, I was shocked. One man guy, he actually gave me his age and what university he's attending. And I thought this was just unbelievable because, well, first of all, it's a major issue of privacy. And then I was just shocked, what is this guy thinking? So that was probably the most interesting thing I discovered about that. For my course reflection, The first thing were unknown issues. I had no knowledge of implicit biases or like women's suffrage. I hardly know anything about that growing up. Going through school, there wasn't much information about this in the textbooks. So my first big idea or theme was struggles, and that women have had to really fight to get where they are today. Men have had a lot easier time. They've kind of been handed things on a silver platter just because of the way they've excluded women from the workforce and excluding them into the man's point of view of being a woman. My second major theme was equality. Women are, I learned they're they're intellectually equal to men, and in today's workforce, it's mostly brain power. There are still jobs that require physical activity, but there are women who are a lot stronger than men too, so it's really equal all the way around. For my third idea, it was that mindsets need to be changed. Today, there's still a lot of things that are out there that people are thinking that aren't good for women in this society. So, and after that comes that we have to make the change. We can't just let other people change things for us. We have to change our attitudes, our ideas, our biases in order to create a more positive environment for women. And then the speaker, my favorite speaker was the power plant lady. She was, the stories and the struggles that she went through were just amazing to me. What she had to go through, it was really inspiring. If I could get through half of as much as she would, I feel like I'd be pretty well off in the world. And Sky's the Limit was another really revealing thing to me. Just looking at the girls as they were going through the engineering projects was just really uplifting, and seeing what they could do and what they were capable of. At the age they were at, I was just really shocked of. So, and these are my works cited.
Questions for Caleb? All right, I have a question.
Yes.
What game was it?
It's called League of Legends.
Actually,
Yeah, it's a real-time strategy-based game where it's a team of 5 versus 5 people, and it's a video game, so you can't see the other people. All you can do is chat to them. So.
And there's it's online.
Yeah,
it's for computer.
Yeah, it's a PC online multiplayer game. So.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
Can I ask why you stereotype smiley faces for girls?
Yeah.
I know I
just
put a lot of
because
smiley faces.
I know guys like smiley faces.
I know, but just from my experiences on Facebook and stuff, whenever I chat with girls, they tend to be like, oh, I'm gonna use a big smiley face because I'm really happy.
There's nothing else to say.
Yeah. I know, but
If I run out of ideas, just
Yeah, then you
say.
just smiley face.
normally when I'm talking with guys though, they don't normally use smiley faces, so I thought I would use that. So.
we need to do some more talking.
Any more questions?
Okay.
Did you win the games that you were acting like a woman in?
Unfortunately, I did not.
And did you ever reveal?
One time I did, actually. It was the guy who told me his age and location. I was like, hey, by the way, I'm a guy. And at the end, he was like, oh, it's okay, it's all for fun, right, man? Just totally tried to cover it up and make himself not look like a total, just stupid person.
But there's so many messages in that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So.